Good afternoon. Had plans for a video where I'll give you the backstory first here. My stepfather had passed away last year, and having had worked as a packaging mechanic for many years, he has a fairly large amount of tools. And my mom has been trying to get me to go through them and stuff like that, see if there's things I want, and just haven't really been up to it. And so I was over there on just a few days ago, and the two of his chests are really very large. They're too large to certainly too large for me to pick up. But I happened to see this Craftsman toolbox basically sitting in the corner of the basement. So I brought it home, and my initial plan was I was going to open the box on camera and see what was in it. But I started to film, and the phone started acting a little crazy, and here I ended up having to do an update and all that. So rather than try to restage an event, that would have been kind of silly. I'll just tell you what I had discovered here. The reason this drawer is out is when I brought the box home, this drawer was sort of like, maybe if you want to call it askew, it was kind of popped out on this side. It wasn't fully open, but it wouldn't close all the way either. And I figured out that like these Craftsman boxes and a lot of toolboxes, when you open and close the lid, there's a lever in there that catches onto this little cutout, and it keeps the jars. When you shut the jars, shut the lid, it will keep them from sliding open. So here it looked like this particular drawer wasn't closed all the way the last time the lid was shut, and it sort of kinked the lid right here, and it was jammed in there where it wouldn't open and wouldn't close. Thankfully, it was fairly easy to get out, and it's a little tricky getting those things out of there if you've never done it before. But it's really once you do it once, it's pretty simple after that. But in the box, I found basically a lot of sockets. Here's some here, a lot of smaller ones. I found some larger ones that I will keep. Really anything from 1.125 up, and also the 30 millimeter up. They have some metric and some standard here, or imperial if you want to call them that. Now there's certain tools in here I have no idea what they are, like this here. Seems to be some type of like extraction tool. This here, same thing, and there's one of the jaws. I'm not sure what these do. As I said, he was a packaging mechanic, so he had a lot of tools that were sort of specialized for his job. His lockout, tag out stuff here, which I will save. And really, there's a lot of drill bits. Not a whole lot here that I would really consider keeping. A lot of taps. The taps, dies, that type of stuff. I'm not sure exactly what this is, to be honest. A protractor of some sort. It reminds me of I guess you could use that to measure. Sorry, my camera works horrible. Use that to measure how almost like something like an architect's tool here. And there's a lot of these old masonry bits, large scale ones, and that was probably because where he used this box, where if I remember correctly, there's an old building in Philly, old factory, and had stone foundations, and I guess when they had to attach certain pieces of machinery, certain pieces of equipment to the walls, they would use these masonry, these lag anchors here. That's a common electrician tool too. You'll see a lot of electrician toolboxes. But yeah, that's really what I found. I found some old, here again, another tool. I have no idea what that is. I found some old steel rules that are really cool that I am soaking in rust as we speak. Also a punch set, which is something I could use that I will save. But yeah, the rest of these items I will probably this Allen key set. I'll probably save that, even though I do have plenty of those. But I will probably next time we have like a garage sale or whatever, I'll probably put them out and just like price them to sell. I mean, when I say price to sell, I mean basically give them away. But what I really want to do, what I'm probably going to do with this, is get it cleaned up as best I can. And the top, the clasp that hold the handle, they have some rust on them. I sprayed some WD-40 on them, as you could probably see there. And I'll clean those off. That shouldn't be an issue. I shouldn't have to take them off. I really hate to remove those and have to re-rivet them. Not that it's impossible, not that it's overly difficult, but it's certainly time consuming. It could be time consuming. So what I'll probably do as well is I'll remove the other drawers, clean them out really well, then take the whole box outside, including the drawers, and give it a good wash with some water and dish detergent, and then maybe sand the bottom. Put a coat of, I'm sure there's some rust on the bottom. It was sitting on the basement floor for many years, and I will sand the bottom, give it a coat of spray paint, see how that turns out. If it turns out all right, maybe I'll do the whole box. I suspect that a good cleaning will really, just a good scrubbing, I mean, will really do wonders for this box. The slides are in good shape. They're not, no rust on them. So they're okay. I'll put some wax on those, some regular furniture wax. And, you know, I'll get rid of what I don't want, and the rest I will keep, and I'll store it in this box. It belonged to my stepdad, so it'll be something cool to have. And his other boxes, right now I'm not overly concerned about going and clearing those out. There's just, I mean, these boxes are enormous. They're like boxes you would see in a like an auto mechanic shop. They're really, really large. The one is about nearly the size of my workbench, and God knows what's in it. So I just don't want to really get too in depth into that right now. But this, just for clarity's sake, if you watch my last video, I had mentioned coming across an old vintage Craftsman machinist toolbox. This is not it. That machinist toolbox, that Craftsman one, well, this is a Craftsman box as well, but that one is probably from the 1950s, and it's modeled after the classic wood, usually made out of white oak, the classic wood machinist tool chest with the slide out door, and then the drawers in the top, and the top compartment with the mirror. Everybody's seen one of those at some point. But this is a metal version of that I think I could really, it's a really neat looking box that I think I could fix up and make it look really cool again. It's not in bad shape at all. It just needs a little bit of body work, so to speak. So I'll see if I can keep this up to date. Hopefully I'll get some work done on the box this weekend if I get a little bit of free time. The other thing I did this last week, every weekend as well, is I mounted the vise to this this board here. I picked this up at Lowe's. It was on sale for like $10, and I cut off the back half of it. I like it because the round edge, it follows the arc of the vise as it swivels. And I mounted it on a cleat, so I could clamp it into my lead vise if I want to, which is where it is right now. But the cleat's easily removable. It's just a couple wood screws countersunk into it. So if I wanted to take that cleat off, it would be no issue. So yeah, that's what I've been doing the past few weeks. We've been really busy around here. I had to put a new microwave oven in over the counter last weekend, and that was not as fun as it sounds. So I haven't been doing an awful lot when it comes to making videos or woodworking and whatnot. I just really been, with the weather finally breaking, I've been busy with the lawn and all that. So, but yeah, I hope to get back to this box here and you know, get it up and running, get it looking good, up on my shelf, and cleaned up. And you know, it just one of those things I'll have that it's as a memory of my stepdad. You know, as we were pretty close, but we weren't the type of people that you know, like took family photos and stuff like that. So these are the little things that I have to remember him by more than anything else. So yeah, that's what I'll do. I'll get this cleaned up, and if I do a decent job, I'll put a video up and show you guys. So I appreciate you watching. Thanks, and have a great night.